Give us an idea how, una, you were part of the investigation kasi at least at the onset eh. Are we looking at uranium lang or depleted uranium or both? And I mean, what is the, what kind of uranium is this?
Okay, first background, no. The notice to us was given from the IAA. This is interesting. From the IAA in Vienna. That there was a whistleblower who told the IAEA that someone was trying to traffic or sell depleted uranium in the Philippines. So we were surprised. Kasi we regularly go to the IAEA. There's a nuclear watchdog of the world. So anyway, so when we came back, it's not me who did it. We have a nuclear security team, and then so they did investigation, and eventually they went to the NBI to ask for help. And then the NBI formed a team, secret team, but I have to give credit to the NBI because it's not an easy thing to do. So sino ba talaga tumakbo nito? Anyway, the hint came because they tried to have these materials identified in one of the labs of the UST.
Okay.
And then nakita nga yung uranium. So the people's identities were known, and then they did entrapment, etc., etc. So PNRI's involvement is in the identification of the materials. It's depleted uranium. Ibig sabihin, the ratio of uranium-235 is the fissionable material and uranium-238 is below. So napiga na yung yung mga pieces.
Uranium.
Pero it's still very dense. Sinabi nga po nung guest ninyo, one use of it is basically as projectile because it's very dense. And at high temperatures, it can actually be pyrochloric, pero siyang sumabog, no?
Yeah.
So, yan, or as a shielding material. But it's a controlled substance, no? So, ngayon, ang ginagawa yata ng mga nagbebenta, they're trying to sell it as precious metals. Parang platinum, gano'n. So, kung meron silang maluloko, yun, or rhodium. Rhodium are very expensive metals, no? So, anyway, we have to give credit to NBI. Our people went with them, and then nahuli nga itong mga taong ito. Sa Pasay, actually it involved sa Pasay, sa Mandaue, Cagayan de Oro, at saka Dagupan. So it was not a simple operation, at saka 100 kilograms. Now, I'm not so much concerned about the solid uranium, but the powder. Kasi the powder mixed with bombs to make a dirty bomb. Yun talaga yung nuclear security issue. Pag nabenta yan dun sa mga unscrupulous points. Ngayon, ang nakakatawa, kasi they were charged, ang basis ng pag-charge sa kanila is the Republic Act 5207, the law governing PNRI, the Philippine Atomic Energy Act of 1968. That gives us the authority to license, for example, the BNPP, yung aming research reactors. May yung parusa doon nakalagay for illegally selling these materials without license is 10,000 pesos.
10,000?
At sa 5 years. 1968, sabi nga ng ibang mga hente, ginikas na lang, tapos nakapagpiyansa na. Kasi sobrang mura, sobrang baba nung ngayon, fortunately, there is another bill that is now thankfully in the Senate, baka mag-second reading na, that will update that law. The Philippine gagawa ng independent regulatory body because PNRI is not independent. I'm under DOST, and then we're both promoter and regulator. That body will ensure that the regulator will be independent. Now, that's hopefully in the second reading in the Senate. That one very big in the lower house. But that's very important. At saka ma-update na rin doon yung punishments for this kind of things. But it's the first time na may na-arresto based on this law.
Oo nga, sir. Sir, let me get down to the basics first. So, because it is depleted uranium, ibig sabihin mas konti yung fissile material niya. It's not as radioactive as U-235.
Yes.
So do we mean by that, do we mean to say na mukha namang hindi ito para makagawa ng nuclear bomb?
Yes,
because
definitely not. Most
depleted
definitely not.
But you raised the other thing. But you raised another thing.
Pwedeng gumawa ng dirty bomb.
Dirty bomb.
That's where I'm
what I was talking about kanina.
You mentioned that dirty bomb. When you
So
say
there's a big difference between a nuclear bomb and a dirty bomb. Yung dirty bomb is an ordinary explosive na lalagyan mo nitong air to spread the... Kasi Actually, the radioactivity is not as high. Pero pag na-inhale mo siya, kasi alpha emitter siya, nasa loob ng katawan mo, yung alpha emission, that can cause the cancer. In fact, isang issue nga yan, the condominium where this guy is staying has been decontaminated. Ang tagal, kasi they must have had this for some time kasi contaminated na yung mga kwarto, yung, baka nga doon sa tawag. At saka may bata doon eh. In fact, gusto naming cytogenetic test yung mga bata. Kasi baka naapektuhan na sila nitong anong ito eh. Pero di sila
Doc,
yun po.
Doc, yung mga suspect na merong may-ari niyan ay Pinoy o ibang nationality?
Pilipino, Pinoy po lahat. Ang issue nga po ngayon na ini-investigate pa ng NBI, and I'm not privy to the is kung saan ang galing yan because this is not made in the Philippines. And then they might have also transshipped it out. So that's actually the more important. So ibig sabihin pinalusot yan dito.
Pero doctor, saan daw nakuha yung uranium mismo? Ang pagkaintindi ko, kasi I talked to Director Santiago eh. Parang dito daw talaga kinuha yung ano. Sabi ko, meron ba tayong ganon? Yun yung initial ano nila.
Dito po nakuha, pero ang original origin yan, kung saan ba nanggaling yan. Because we don't have the technology to make the depleted uranium here. We don't have the technology. So it must have been taken maybe as yung sa balas ng aeroplano, or maybe it was trafficked here. Yun ang issue nga eh. Ibig sabihin kasi medyo maluwag yung... At saka problema, isang problema, hindi basta-basta na-identify yung material na yan. Meron kami dito sa PNRI at saka dyan sa ports ng Manila at saka ng Mandawi. May detectors ka ng radiation. Pagdadaan, let's say, yung container, pag may radiation, mag-aalarma. Pero 2 ports lang yan. Napakadaming ports natin, especially sa southern part, na pwedeng ipalusot yung mga yan eh. So yun po.
Pero may background ba kayo ng suspect, doctor? Kasi nabanggit nyo na nga na nakakaintindi yung tao na pwede niyang ibenta. So he understands the nature of that element eh. At saka yung substance na yan, naiintindihan niya. May background ba siya sa nuclear or sa nuclear trafficking ng dirty bombs?
Ma'am, hindi ko po, I have never met the person. Kasi, and I didn't participate, yung mga tao ko nag-participate. But I don't think he has a complicated, sophisticated knowledge. Number one, nagpa-analyze siya sa lab. Okay? Tapos, pangalawa, kung talagang if he knew something about it, he would have taken better care of the material.
Yes.
Contain that. Contain.
So the fact na hindi niya lang, at saka, panloloko yung gusto niya yatang motive eh. Akala niya mabibenta yun as plastic or precious metal. Kaya hindi siya pwedeng ma-charge ng anti-terrorism. Kasi sabi nga nung sa press conference kahapon, kasi kung anti-terrorism, talagang walang piyansa, di ba? But they were not in the bomb-making business. So, hindi sila nahuli sa ganong akto. Mabuti, ang galing ng NBI natin na nahuli bago napunta yan doon sa pwedeng gumawa ng bombang yan. Kung sakali.
Doc, naalala nyo ba, Doc, na dati, mga 10 years ago, may nahuli tayo na Iranian na nagpapasok ng rods para gamitin sa nuclear reactor? Naalala nyo ba yon?
Hindi ko po.
Kaki.
Wala pa ako dito.
Si Kaki, nahuli siya. Meron siyang mga radioactive rods, no? Parang ganyan din. Na parang dinadaan sa atin. Nahuli siya. Tapos eventually, namatay siya sa preso dito sa atin, no? Pero parang ganyan din, mga nuclear rods yung kanyang dala-dala.
Pero dapat
imported yun, ha? Imported, no?
Yeah, actually dito po, yung DTI, merong Strategic Trade Management Office. Kasi yung mga dual use, mga ganyan na pwedeng i-export, kinokontrol din nila. So, naka-team din namin sila sa mga ganyan kasi. Pero, unless you have a big reactor, you cannot make a nuclear bomb. Kasi mamadali. Kilala ko kasi yung may mga kaibigan kasi akong nuclear inspectors doon sa IAEA, nagpupunta doon sa gusto nila magpalusot, no? But it's not easy to make, it's not easy to enrich, you know. And by the way, we have a constitutional prohibition on nuclear weapons.
Bawal.
O bawal talaga yan. No? So, ayun tawag yan. Nagkaroon pa lang tayo ng 123 agreement with America. Yan ang number one requirement. Di talaga. Sabi ko nga sa kanila, kasi I was a member of the team, sabi namin, we have a constitutional prohibition on nuclear weapons. What more do you want from us? No? So,
Doc,
anyway,
so on the surface, Doc, you see nothing, no malice in terms of motives to terrorize anybody is concerned here. It's more of business lang. Gusto lang niyang ibenta at a higher price than other metals. Not for example, resale to another group that wants to, for example, terrorize the region.
Okay, as far as I see, again, it's I haven't talked to the suspects. Again, I leave that to the NBI, no. Pero from the surface, it does not really look like it. Kasi una, anong tawag diyan, hindi ko nga alam kung may nabenta na sila or actually kung magkano pinita nila kung sa ganun din no. So then the second is that from the looks of it, and then they didn't have the technical sophistication, to actually proceed, no. Pero yun po.
Pero Doc, posibleng nagawa na nila to in the past. May ganung possibility.
Yes,
Pwedeng hindi ito yung una.
actually good point, sir. Kasi kung hindi pa nag-tip yung yung anong tawag diyan, yung IAEA, ibig sabihin, siguro kung may nabentahan sila, may nadengoy sila, na nagsumbong, no? Na gano'n. Kasi hindi po nanggaling sa amin yun. Ibig sabihin, sinabihan tayo ng IAEA na ganyan, tapos lumapit kami sa NBI, and the NBI acted quickly and swiftly. And then, talagang nag-dedicate sila ng maraming tao dyan. Okay? Pero kami ang katulong doon sa pag-identify kasi kami lang may mga gamit, no? At saka sa amin din nakastore yung ibang na ang tawag yan na confiscate. Actually, ganito yan, kung may sophisticated analysis and stock analysis, pwede mong malaman kung saan bansa nang galing kasi its uranium mine has its own isotopic signature. But we're not there yet.
Pero Doc, kung ganyang may nagbebenta, ibig sabihin may demand. May idea na ba kayo kung sino yung posibleng buyer? Or in-alert ba kayo ng IAEA na may balita din kami na etong grupon to o itong bansa na to naghahanap ng material na yan? Meron bang ganong exchange of information?
Doon sa last point sinabi ninyo kung may bansa, wala akong, kasi I was in the IAEA earlier this and I talked to them. Hindi ganun ka-specific yung details, no? But someone came out na saying that, and that hindi alam kung sino, na yun niya, meron daw possibility. So it was our own investigation, especially the NBI, to actually ang nakahuli nito. Hindi, ngayon, nabenta ba nila sa ibang bansa? That will still be under investigation, no? Under current and ongoing po yan. Mas alam po yan ng NBI kaysa namin po.
So Doc, posibleng may naglalakad dyan sa 1PH na nakasuot ng sing-sing ng depleted uranium.
Glow in the dark.
Hindi, ang hirap nga, ba't gagawa ng ganyan? Ang hirap kasi i-machine yan di ba? Again, it's
very dense yan very dense.
Very dense. Ay, naku, actually, it's very much denser than lead.
And 1.6 times more dense ata, sir.
Kung titignan yung density niya. Kasi yun nga, that what makes it an ideal projectile, at high speed. Yan po.
Yes.
Doc, how easy?
By way of warning lang kasi yung mga nandyan sa video, mga naka-hazmat By way of warning lang sa public, kung sakaling nagbabalak din sila na magbenta ng ganyan, may tunay. Ano epekto niyan sa health? Halimbawa sa balat, sa mata, or whatever. Apart from, of course, yung alam natin na masama siyempre pag in-inhale.
Okay, ganito yan, kasi fortunately, hindi naman siya kasing radioactive like cesium-137. Yes. Pero kasi, yung alpha emitter, yung uranium. So yung alpha, pwede ma-shield yan kahit na papel, no? Ang problema lang, pag nalanghap mo yan. Pag nalanghap mo, ibig sabihin yung alpha emission nangyayari sa loob ng katawan mo.
Yes.
Sa liver. Yun, makaka-cancer yan sigurado. I mean, almost, that's one of the biggest dangers of that, the inhalation. Sa skin effects, hindi naman. That's why we want to test if we have the capability, I mean, kasi dapat may permission yan, yung taong mga nakatira, kung may effect na sa DNA nila yung
Yes.
yung radiation, kasi masusukat po yun. So but it's
Doc?
not, I don't want to concern the public on this. Hindi, it's not
Yeah.
anong tawag yan, hindi to kasing, alam nyo, sa ibang bansa, ano nangyari dun, for example, sa Brazil, yung Cobalt 60 ay yung machine, tapos inano nila, tapos binenta sa junk shop. Tapos mga bata yun, it caused severe radiation damage. I don't think it
Yes.
happened. This would have, so
Hindi ka
yung imbalancing dito kasi baka mamaya, alam nyo kasi when you talk about nuclear materials, ang nasa isip ng tao, bomb agad This is not one of those materials that we should really cause panic, you know. But it's a controlled substance, and I'm very happy that we caught it. And then in this, it's a big achievement for the NBI.
Doc, on a different topic, anong status nung move na i-revive yung Bataan Nuclear Power Plant? At ano yung status nitong ating negotiations with the US para sa mga modular nuclear power plant?
Okay, ganito mas mabuting tanungin yung DOE dyan kasi may alam din ako, but that's their purview. But I can say something about small modular plants because I was invited to a month ago. The first small modular plant conference was done in Vienna. They originally targeted 300 attendees, naging 1,300 attendees. Sobrang laki ng interest sa small modular plants. Okay, what are some takeaways of that conference? And number one, the SMRs, as they're called, is overhyped. There are 100 designs, but there are only 2 working. Too many PowerPoints, too few power plants. That's one. So ibig sabihin, you cannot buy that, anong tawag yan, from the shelf. Because you need the plant to operate for the regulator to see if it's safe. Hindi pwede mag-regulate ng plantang hindi nag-ooperate kahit na yung person. Ako po kami po yung regulator. I will sign a license. We will not allow any operation of the plant if it has not operated as several thousand hours para makita mo kung safe talaga siya. Okay? It's very nice kung mangyayari yan. It will be very good for the isolated islands, etc. But the estimates are maybe within 10 to 15 years. There are only 2 working SMRs in the world. And they're both in communist countries. Yung isa sa China, yung HTGR nila, actually that's the most advanced reactor. It's connected to the grid. And then yung isa sa Russia, yung nasa barko. Lahat po yan, Argentina is building one, but they've been building for 20 years. Pero wala pa talagang SMRs na makikita mo. Ang totoong SMRs which has existed for more than 50 years, alam niyo kung ano? Are the submarines. Nuclear.
Nuclear powered.
So, if you think about it, nauna muna yung planta doon sa submarines, pero mataas yung kanyang enrichment, no? Tapos bago dinesign niya sa surface. That's why I am convinced na safe ang nuclear kasi nauna yung sa submarines. There are about 700 submarines in the world, nuclear submarines. Wala kang narinig na ang tawag diyan na accidents. Tapos at saka tingnan nyo kung may submarine ka, bago mo papaanda rin yan, mag-explode ka muna ng tawag nito, depth charges. So talagang nayayanig yan. So a lot of the lessons from the building of the military, but those are military kept secrets. But in the civilian realm, the regulators have to be very strict. And that's also the reason why we have to approve the independent regulatory para hindi madiktahan ng kahit na kanino pag safe yung pinag-uusapan po.
Pero Doc, I remember before there was a long discussion about possibly tapping, for example, South Korea, among other countries, to either build or rebuild or refurbish the BNPP. I'm not sure if you want to go into that, but I think it's still a point of interest for a lot of people as to where we're headed power-wise. Di ba? There was a long discussion about that kasi sayang nga naman, and there's potential for it. Are we still pursuing that, or has that been shelved as well?
Yeah, again, I know some things, but I respectfully defer to the Department of Energy. But some people you can interview is Meralco, for example. Kasi Meralco has come to us to learn about nuclear. binisita kami. I mean, I've given lectures to them, very eager students, kasi I think they're seriously considering nuclear. And if you ask me personally, the BNPP is a perfect, if it's viable to consider. But that's their decision. Okay. Now, kung sakaling may decision na sila, whatever it is, if they want a license, they can come to us for the license to construct and license to operate. But we don't figure out kung ano yung cost, magkano, hindi po sa DOE po yun.
Yes, sir. Yes, but then, sir, people are looking at the policy direction of government. I mean, in the end, kasi the regulators will decide whether or not we will have power plants or not. So the private sector
The
may or may
public
not
will
want.
decide.
But what would be the policy direction as far as that is concerned?
Yeah. Anyway, again, the policy has already been set because the national position on nuclear power has been signed by the president, President Duterte, and then President Marcos has continued that. There's actually, again, if you ask DOE, last week nagkaroon kami ng nireview tayo ng IAEA yung readiness natin, and I think it was brilliantly led by Yusek Garin. There's been a lot of improvements. I mean, it's better that if C or the DOE spoke about this because they have a better overview.
Ang public ang magde-decide niyan. The people of Bataan don't want it.
Ma'am, regarding the public, there was a survey in 2019. 79% of the Filipinos want nuclear. And they repeated the survey a few months ago, the same percent.
Anong survey firm yan?
Tanungin niyo po sa DOE. But ang pagkakaalam po yung isa, ano yun? No.
Baka sila nag-commission nun.
Hindi po. Anyway, I don't. But, pero ma'am, kasi we just have some that will also be done also. Mas yun na nga dun sa Bataan. We have the Atomic Energy Week here. We have students from Bataan. They're interested in nuclear power, no? So, but you can ask DOE about that survey. Exactly. Details who can be. Yeah.
Doc, bakit sa US tayo nag-negotiate para sa modular nuclear power plants? Mas advanced ang France at saka ang Canada.
No, we're
Hindi
not.
hamak. No?
Okay, ganito again, it's not for me, but okay, from my independent finding doon sa kasi, sino ba may mga SMR? Okay, Argentina has an SMR being built. America actually does not have. Kasi Westinghouse na wala na sila. Alam mo, pinaka-advanced na country sa nuclear ay China. China is building 49 nuclear plants simultaneously. And it's for their own use. But we cannot deal with China for political reasons. They are the most advanced in nuclear now. So, but anyway, that from a technical perspective, but politically, it's impossible to do that. Anyway, yeah.
But that would be an interesting discussion, sir.
No problema nga dito. Kasi napumunta na naman sa BNPP. Papagalitan na naman ako nito.
Well, we should have the discussion in a future date. Just that, di ba?
Uranium lang.
Uranium na lang, uranium.
Sir, balikan ko lang yung depleted uranium. 100 kilos to, di ba?
Yes.
So I think some of them were in block form and some of them were in
Yes.
powder form. But they were both depleted uranium. Tama ba?
Yes.
How much was the one in powder form? Kasi mas delikado yun eh.
Yeah, I don't know the exact.
More or less.
I forgot the exact. I mean, the NBI will know that. Yun nga. Pero ang problema kasi kahit na ilang kilos lang kasi yung powder form. Pag if it's, I don't want to also talk in great detail about this because as I said, the potential for that for a dirty bomb is a real national security issue. People know it.
Well,
At saka ganito yan, there's also another thing kasi hindi yan kagaya ng Cesium-137. Cesium-137 kasi patay ka na bago mo gagawin. Sabi ko nga yung mga suicide bombers ng ganyan, dalawang suicide bomb maker, patay habang ginagawa ang bomba. At saka yung mismo magpapaputok. So, kasi the difficulty with this is handling the material if you don't know how to do it. That's why, sabi nga ni Ma'am Amy kanina, yun nga, yung mga taong yun na nakadamit, yan yung mga tao namin sa PNRI. Standard protocol yan.
Okay.
para talagang, kasi I want my people protected first, and it's also a good example. But we want to train our first responders. For example, ang importante, napakasimple lang, dapat yung mga police, firemen, meron sila ng dosimeter, Geiger counter, Geiger counter, para
Geiger
pag may
counter.
explosion, susukatin muna kung may radiation. Kasi kung may radiation, CBRN yan.
Yeah.
Kasi ang problema, pag hindi mo alam na may radiation, dinadala mo yung mga pasyente doon sa hospital, kinakalat pa yung radiation.
Yeah.
Pero wala pa namang nangyari yun. So tinanong ko nga yung sa IA, bakit wala pa? Matagal nang alam ito, nasa website ng ISIS yung mga ito, bakit wala pa? Kasi nga, ang hirap niyang i-handle. Mamamatay ka muna bago mo magawa yung bomba.
I do remember, Doc, nung Iraq invasion ng US, there were a lot of complaints by the Iraqis na nag-spike daw supposedly yung cancer cases nila after the first and the
Cancer.
second Gulf War because of the use of so much depleted uranium by the Allied forces, especially with their yung mga sabo shells nila, mga tangke, and yung A-10 Warthog, puro depleted uranium yan ang ginagamit And pag sumabog kasi, it explodes, it turns into dust
That's right.
and it's inhaled all around.
Yan ang problema sa depleted uranium. I mean, it's pyrophoric, but
Pyrophoric,
at high temperatures. High temperatures. Ibig sabihin, pag nandyan lang yan, hindi yan walang problema. Pero kung ginawa mo kasi siyang bala, siyempre may high temperature at impact at high pressure. Yun yung pagsabog nun, yun ang kakalat nung. So, that's the intended or the unintended consequences of having the projectiles.
Okay, maraming salamat. Dr. Carlo Arcilla, Director po ng Philippine Nuclear Research Institute. Sir, minsan we want to take you up on your
Actually,
Thank you, Doctor.
pwede mo bang plug? Kasi ngayon,
magpa-plug daw siya.
Hindi, ganito,
gumawa ng nuclear power.
Sige, plug daw, plug.
ganito kasi, this week is Atomic Energy Week. The PNRI's open house starting yesterday. If you want to see a live research reactor, yung mga research namin sa nuclear medicine, sa agriculture, ang daming cool dito, yung hemostat namin, we are open. You can come by and then and take pictures. Even samples of depleted uranium, kung gusto nyo makakita, meron kami.
basta lang natin powder form.
masukat kung sinusukat. So you're welcome here.
Nakasilyon, ikaw naman.
Natin powder
Tatakot
form.
na si Ed eh. Nakasilyon.
Magsusuot din kami ng safety
Ng
gear.
hazmat.
Mag-asmat din kami.
Yung aking, by the way, I'll just tell you this. Yung aming research reactor here, yung nuclear power plant, ang kanyang uranium content, mga 3% lang to the fuel. But mga 90%. Okay? Pero yung research reactor namin is 19.
19.
Okay?
Okay.
So it's at least, it's here less than 100 meters from where I
So,
sit.
may nuclear power plant tayo sa Quezon City.
Yeah, it's been here. Yung itlog, it's been here. Di pa kayo pinapanganak, ma'am. Tawag yan.
Oh, thank you Ayan, narinig mo, Ronald
Okay, maraming salamat. Director Carlo Arcilla ng
Thank you.
PNRI. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, bro.